Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be testing out the brand new BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes collection. I have both of the eyeshadow palettes, both of the face palettes, and then both of the lip gloss sets to try out for you guys. I'm going to be doing swatches. I'm also going to be doing a tutorial with each eyeshadow palette on both of my eyes, as you guys can obviously tell because I have two different eyeshadow looks going on right now. And I'm also going to do lip swatches of both of the lip sets. So before we get started with everything, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I'm doing a few different giveaways right now. I'll have them all linked in my description box below if you guys want to enter any of those. And also, make sure you guys have your notifications turned on. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button, and then you will receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to be talking all about the new BH Cosmetics summer collection. This is their Weekend Vibes collection, and in this collection, we have two eyeshadow palettes. We have their Mimosa palette, which is a really gorgeous kind of like pink toned palette, and the price of this palette is $18 originally. I do want to say right now that this collection on their website is 20% off, so the price of the Mimosa palette right now is $14.40, but originally it is $18. And then we do have their Avocado Toast palette, which is a green toned palette, and this one is a really pretty palette. You can create so many different looks with it because you do have green shades, and then you do have some neutral shades in here as well. Next in this collection, we have two face palettes, and these are also both $18, but they are on sale right now for 20% off. We have their Belgian Waffle Baked Bronzer and Highlight palette. This has three really pretty matte bronzers and then three super blinding highlighters. Next up, we have their Bellini palette, which is a 6-pan blush palette. This has so many different really pretty peachy blush shades in here, and these are all matte as well. And then also in this collection, we have two lip gloss sets. These are the Weekend Vibes lip gloss sets, and the first one is called Bloody Mary, and this has two really pretty shades in here. We have the shade Spicy, which is a really pretty coral, and then we have the shade So Hydrated, which is a white with silver glitter in it. And then we have their Chai Latte set, which has the shades Caffeinated, which is a really pretty mauve, and then we have the shade Extra Foam, which is kind of like coral shimmery lip gloss with some blue and pink flecks in it. So originally both of the lip gloss sets are $12, but they are on sale right now for $9.60 because they are 20% off. All right, so now that you guys have seen all of the products up close and you've seen swatches of all of them, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the tutorial part where I'm gonna try out everything on the face. So I'm first gonna go in with the Belgian Waffle palette, and this is the 6-color baked bronzer and highlight palette. I love the packaging, it's so adorable. So I think I'm going to first go in with the shade Buttermilk right here. This is a very light bronzer. And I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush. Wow, that actually looks really nice. That is a very nice, like, natural bronzer shade. Now I'm going to take the center shade called Batter right here, and I'm going to use a smaller brush and kind of use this shade to contour. So far, I am really impressed with both of these shades. Wow, that looks really good. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the forehead and a little bit more to the nose. All right, so far so good. I love how natural both of those bronzers look on the skin. I feel like they blended out very nicely, and they had like the perfect amount of pigmentation where they were not like super pigmented, where they look, you know, crazy when you apply them. But yeah, they just blended out really nicely. So now I'm gonna jump over into the Bellini blush palette, and I'm so excited about this palette. First of all, I love that all of these shades are matte. I love matte blush shades, but I do feel like the shade range could be a little bit better. I feel like some of them are very similar. I do love though that this is a peachy blush palette because I'm always into peachy blushes. So I think I'm gonna mix the shade Georgia Peach with the shade Peach of Cake right here. Wow, those have great pigmentation. This is going really well. You guys know I love the BH Cosmetics Blushing and Bali palette. I'm obsessed with that palette. It has 3 blush shades and then 3 highlight shades. So whenever I saw they were coming out with these 2 palettes, I just had to get them because we have blush shades, bronzer shades, and highlighters, which I love their highlighters. So now I'm going to take the highlighter right here from the Belgian Waffle palette, and this one is called Powdered Sugar, and it looks stunning. So pretty. They have like the best highlighters. They give you that like wet looking highlight and they are so blinding. I'm gonna take a little bit and put it on my nose. There's it on my finger. I'm gonna try and just put a little bit with my finger. Oh my gosh, so pigmented. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna take my sponge and kind of dab this out a little bit because it is like crazy pigmented. Wow, obsessed with those. So both of the face palettes are amazing. I loved the bronzer, the highlight, and the blush. So this is starting off really well. Next, we're gonna jump into the two eyeshadow palettes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use the Mimosa palette on one eye and then the Avocado Toast palette on the other eye, just so we can test out both of the palettes. I really don't think that I've really tried any of BH Cosmetics eyeshadows besides maybe their Take Me Back to Brazil palette. So I'm really excited to try these out. So I'm first gonna go in with the Mimosa palette. And this is like my perfect kind of palette because I feel like it's like the perfect kind of like sunset palette. You have your deep peachy pinks, this really pretty purple down here, yellows, oranges. So first I'm gonna take some setting powder and I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes in case there's any fallout. And then I'm going to prime my lids with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 01. And this is just going to really help my shadows really pop, especially because these are like colorful shadows. So I think I'm going to first go in with the shade Pomegranate right here. And I'm just going to press this into my crease. So right off the bat, we have really nice pigmentation. And I really like this shade a lot. Next up, I'm gonna take the shade OJ right here. So now I'm gonna take the shade Sunny right here, which is a bright yellow. So it looks like it has good pigmentation on the brush. Ooh. I feel like this is gonna be a really good yellow. Sometimes yellows like never show up, but I feel like this one is looking really good. So you guys know the drill. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease really quickly and then we're gonna go in with some lid shades. So for the lid, I'm gonna first go in with the shade Champagne right here, which is a really pretty, obviously, champagne shimmery shade. I'm gonna try it with a dry brush first and we're gonna see how that goes. Oh wow, pretty good for a dry brush. So now I'm gonna wet my brush a little bit and we're just gonna see what this looks like with a wet brush. Oh wow. It looked good with a dry brush, but it definitely looks better with a wet brush that is really metallic. I love this shade. Okay, so now I really wanna go in with the shade Pop right here. I have been eyeing this since I opened up the palette. It's a really pretty shimmery pink, but there's kind of like a gold flecks in it. Super pretty. All right, now I'm gonna wipe away the powder on this eye so we can do the lower lash line. And honestly, I'm pretty impressed that there was like not a lot of fallout at all. Really, the only fallout is from the gold shade that I put on the inner part of my lid. So I'm gonna take the shade Vibes right here. I really wanna use some other shades on my lower lash line that I didn't try in my crease. And I'm just going to press this against my lower lash line and kind of blend it towards my outer corner. Now I'm gonna take the shade Happy Hour right here. And on a little bit smaller of a brush, I'm gonna press this up against my lower lash line. I wanna keep this shade a little bit closer. Now I'm gonna take the matte white right here and I'm just going to kind of pop this in my inner corner. Wow, that has really good pigmentation. I'm gonna add a little bit under the brow bone. So far I am super impressed with the Mimosa palette. I feel like all of the shadows performed beautifully. These were definitely a better quality than the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I like that palette, but it's definitely not my favorite. I feel like this palette has way better quality than that one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this eye. I'm gonna do like my brow, lashes, and all that before we start on the other eye. So now that this eye is complete, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to this eye right here, and we're gonna be using the Avocado Toast palette, which is the green palette. And this is a little bit more out of my comfort zone, so I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do. I did add a little bit more of my base, so this eye is tacky again. I do kind of want to do something similar, kind of like a light but colorful cut crease. So I'm gonna first go in with the shade Guac. This is a really pretty teal. Ooh, I like this shade. I think I'm gonna keep this whole eye kind of like green. So now I'm gonna take the shade Ripe, Hopefully this is not a mistake. And I'm gonna use this lighter green to kind of blend out that teal. I feel like I'm starting to look like St. Patrick's Day over here. So now I'm gonna take the lightest matte green in the palette right here called Avo Toast. And we're just gonna kind of blend this along the edges. So that green wasn't quite as light as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Over Easy, which is kind of like a light yellow. And I'm just gonna run this along the edges because I feel like it just needs a little more blending, and I feel like a lighter shade is gonna help. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this crease off camera really quick, and then I will be right back. All right, so for the lid, I think I'm first gonna go in with the shade right here, and this one's called Avacado, which is such a cute name. I really like that. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna kind of pop this in the inner part. Oh, there's a lot of fallout. It's kind of chunky. I am gonna wet my brush a little bit. Wow. That is a really pretty shade. So next I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Lemon Pepper right here. That shade is also really pretty, wow. This is like my favorite collection that I've tried out in a really long time. And then I think I'm gonna take some of the shade Green Juice right here, and I'm just gonna put this towards the outer part of my lid, just so that my shimmery lid shades blend nicely into my crease over here. All right, so now I'm gonna wipe away the powder so I can do the lower lash line. I'm really liking the green eye, surprisingly, because normally green is like not my thing. So I think for this lower lash line, I wanna keep it kind of simple. I'm gonna first take the shade Over Easy and just kind of blend this everywhere underneath my lower lash line. I hate when my headband like slides down constantly. Now I'm going to take the shade Ripe right here, and I'm just going to blend this all along the lash line. So I think I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corner with the matte white from the Mimosa Palette, just so my eyes kind of go together, even though they're completely different colors. All right, so now that this eye is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do lashes, my brow, and then we're gonna come back and do lip swatches of the lip sets. So now it is time for lip swatches. I'm gonna be swatching both of the lip sets here. I think I'm gonna first do the Bloody Mary set. The packaging of these feels really nice. Like, they feel very heavy, and for such an affordable like lip set, they feel really high quality. And I love the big doe foot applicator on these lip glosses. Ooh. Oh my gosh. This smells amazing. Oh no, it's getting on my teeth. It is a little bit, I don't know, like watery, I guess. So it did kind of get all on my teeth, and it is kind of like feathering everywhere. I probably should have put on like a lip liner. So here is the shade Spicy on the lips. I love this shade. I think it's super pretty. I feel like it would look a lot better over like a lip liner, just so it didn't kind of like go everywhere. It is described as like a red, but to me it's definitely more of like a coral pink shade, but I do think it's really pretty. All right, so next we have the shade So Hydrated, and I feel like I'm really gonna like this one. Yeah, this is definitely a really nice, clear, sparkly gloss. I really like the silver glitter in here. I feel like it makes your lips look very plump. So yeah, here is the shade So Hydrated. I really like this one. Obviously, it's a sparkly, clear gloss. It has really pretty silver shimmer in it. So this little set is really nice. I'm so excited to try the other one now. So now I'm going to do swatches of the Chai Latte set, and this one has a really pretty mauve and then a shimmery kind of like coral peach shade. So I think I'm going to do the sparkly shade first. This one is called Extra Foam. Ooh, this one is like a duochrome. There's like little blue glitter flecks in here. Wow, so pretty. This one is such a fun shade. I love the duochrome glitter in it. And then the last shade is called Caffeinated, which is a really pretty mauve shade. This is like almost the same color as my lips. So here is the shade Caffeinated. This is a really pretty kind of like light mauve pink shade. I feel like this shade would look good over like a ton of different lip liners and lipsticks. I feel like it could really go with anything. All right, you guys, so that is everything that is in the BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes collection. Honestly, I'm like obsessed with this collection. When I first saw it on their website, I just had to get it. I thought everything was so cute, and I just really was into this collection, and I have not been excited about like a new makeup launch in a while. I feel like I do get like kind of excited, but whenever I saw this one, I was like so excited. Everything in this collection like caught my eye. So that's why I did pick up everything that came in this collection. So yeah, overall, I am so impressed. I really like the eyeshadow palettes a lot. I feel like these eyeshadow palettes perform better than my other BH Cosmetics palette that I have, which is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I really like both of the eyes, but honestly, I'm quite surprised. I kind of like the green eye more, and if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm like not super into green eyeshadow, but I actually really like the green eye a lot. Both of the eyeshadow palettes performed beautifully. The mattes were really pigmented. They blended out easily. There was pretty much no fallout at all except for like the kind of like chunkier glitter shades. Those were the only shades that really had any fallout, but those shades are so metallic. I really like them a lot. All of these shimmery shades were really pretty. And then I am loving both of the face palettes so far. You guys know that I love my Blushing in Bali palette from BH Cosmetics, so I'm so excited to have more of their blush, highlights, and now bronzers. And then I had never tried their lip glosses before, but I really like these a lot. They don't feel sticky on the lips. The first shade I tried was a little bit kind of like watery and went everywhere, but the rest of them weren't like that. I feel like all of these shades are perfect for the summertime. You have your really pretty shimmery shades that would look good over any kind of lip color or lip liner, and then we do have the more opaque glosses, which are always nice just on their own. So yeah, overall I would probably give this collection like a 10 out of 10. I really like everything a lot. I love all the products. I love the shades that they came out with. I love the packaging. So cute. I'm definitely a sucker for packaging, and I feel like the packaging and just the whole like concept behind it is so adorable. I love the Belgian Waffle palette. So cute. And then the quality of everything was amazing as well, so I would definitely recommend this collection to you guys. I feel like it's such a cute summer collection. I'm gonna have everything linked in my description box below if you guys are interested in checking any of these products out. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I'm doing a few giveaways right now. I'll have them all linked in my description box below if you guys have not seen those yet and you want to enter. Also, before you guys go, make sure you click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.